William Ruto earlier today, through his social media accounts, shared out this post. William Samoei Ruto, we celebrate the 60 years of progress between Kenya and the United States of America. We commit to write the next chapter of our ties for the shared prosperity of our citizens. White House, Washington, D.C., United States of America. And then William Ruto has shared out those photos. But there is this one photo that has been causing a lot of interest among Kenyans. And you are seeing a smiling William Ruto comfortably sitting at the White House. And I suppose he's sitting on Biden's chair. And then you are now seeing Biden at the back, also smiling as Ruto smiles. I want us to put this photo into perspective for Kenyans to understand the symbolism of this photo, what the photo signifies. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. Let's interpret that photo. The photo looks very innocent, but it's communicating a lot of messages. I'm seeing a smiling William Ruto comfortably sitting down, a smiling Biden standing behind him, holding on to the chair he is sitting on. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? The first and open interpretation of this, Biden is the power behind William Ruto's power. That can mean William Ruto is implementing Biden's policies. And that can be a confirmation that Biden knows what made Ruto the president. Ruto might have not won the presidency, but Biden and his allies in the West made Ruto the president. And that can make some sense because we are all Kenyans. If you look at 2022 presidential election, there was no way William Ruto could have won that election. So it's highly possible that these are the forces that gave him that seat. So Biden is the power behind William Ruto's power. And if you look at William Ruto's government, in the about 2 years it has been there, it's very clear that this is a government being controlled by the World Bank, IMF, America, Britain, and those Western superpowers. So Kenyans are suffering because William Ruto is not implementing policies favorable to Kenyans, but is just blindly implementing policies favoring the West, America, and its allies. Secondly, this can mean William Ruto has offered himself willingly and abundantly. He's ready to be used, willing to be used, and is not complaining. So he has agreed to be used by the West. And just as I did state in our earlier video today, Ruto reminds me of some words made by Samora Machel. If one day you hear the Europeans press me, know that I have betrayed you. Samora Machel, former president of Mozambique. If you see and look on how Ruto is behaving, Ruto is a classic example of a leader who has agreed and accepted to be a puppet of the West. What that now means, our African counterparts will see Kenya as wasaliti, and they will also see Ruto as amsaliti. So this might augur very negatively for us among our peers in Africa. And the moment you are now being shunned by your neighbors, then you have to be very, very careful. And already some African leaders and most of our neighbors, Tanzania, Uganda, have been sending some coded messages to Ruto, but it appears Ruto is not listening. He's not listening. He's too much desperate to please the West. So he'll just be implementing policies from the West, and Kenyans will most definitely continue suffering. And if you look at that photo again, I'm seeing a William Ruto is just being given more powers, more ammunition, more protection to come back to Kenya and to oppress Kenyans, in that he now knows he has got the protection of the superpowers. He can just kill innocent demonstrators and he'll be taken nowhere. The world superpowers are behind him and are protecting him. And that spells doom for Kenya's democracy, in that William Ruto will be at liberty to do anything he so wish with Kenyans, and most definitely he will get away with it. It's very clear that America is trying to get something from Ruto. That's why they're really embracing him that closely. They are trying to get something from him. And I won't be wrong to say that upon getting that thing, they will most definitely dump him. And we have seen somewhere else in other African countries where their leadership embraced the West used them and eventually dumped them very badly. That's the same thing I'm seeing will soon happen to William Ruto and his team. And now we have been told that there are some goodies coming from America at the expense of what? What will America gain by sending some goodies to Kenya? We've seen that America is promising some cash. What will they gain at the expense of what? That's a question William Ruto should ask himself very, very well. I won't be wrong to conclude that William Ruto has technically sold Kenya to the United States of America. It's as if Ruto has now made us a colony of the United States of America. Ruto should know that Kenya is an independent country, a country that fought so hard for its independence. He's taking us years back, and Kenyans should reject and resist that. If Kenyans entertain this, then they're just giving William Ruto more power to oppress them. And already we are seeing the policies Ruto is implementing, they are oppressive policies. The West is not calling him to order. America is not calling him to order. So Kenyans are on their own. And the only way now for them to save themselves from a William Ruto's misrule is to say enough is enough. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any other person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know. from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.